My heart raced as the rain relentlessly battered the windows, each drop a reminder of the storm brewing inside my chest. I sat on our couch, my fingers tracing invisible patterns along the armrest, replaying every moment that had led us here in my mind. It was a Tuesday when everything started to unravel. I still remember that day vividly. Devin and I were laughing over coffee, his eyes crinkling at the corners in the way that always made my heart flutter. We used to joke about how we'd grow old together, still finding humor in the smallest things. But that day, there was a coolness in his responses, his laughter not quite reaching his eyes. "Everything okay?" I asked, trying to sound casual, though my voice betrayed my concern. He smiled a little too quickly. "Yeah, just tired, I guess." His words echoed through my mind as I noticed small shifts in his behavior. Working late more frequently, whispering on the phone late at night. I dismissed my growing unease, convinced myself it was paranoia. One evening, as I was folding laundry, I found a receipt from a nearby hotel crumpled in his jacket pocket. My heart thudded loudly in my chest. He had mentioned a business meeting, but the timing didn't match up. Confronting him was inevitable. I rehearsed different scenarios in my mind, each one more painful than the last. When I finally mustered the courage, he wasn't defensive. Instead, he looked caught, like a deer in headlights. "Who is she?" I whispered, barely able to hear my own voice over the pounding in my ears. Devin looked down, his silence an admission of guilt. "Just a colleague," he mumbled finally. "It's not what you think." Despite his words, my trust had already begun to crumble, creating a chasm between us. We continued like this, dancing around a growing void, his attempts at affection feeling more like a stranger's touch. The tipping point came one weekend when I discovered a trail of forgotten messages on his laptop. She was someone he had met at work, someone he had been seeing for months. Each exchanged message on the screen felt like a betrayal, slicing through the fabric of our life together. In my confrontation, hurt turned to anger. I watched him try to splice together a flimsy defense as our love story shattered into jagged pieces around us. "How could you? We promised each other forever," I choked out, feeling the weight of his lies pressing against my heart. He ran a hand through his hair, the excuse of the usual stress, the pressures, all merging into white noise. "I never meant to hurt you," he said. His remorse came too late, insincere, a crumpled love note left in the rain. The shocking twist, however, came months later when she, the other woman, came knocking on my door, drenched from a sudden downpour, carrying an infant in her arms. "I need your help," she pleaded as tears mingled with the raindrops.